What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Suburban Nerd, this channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Well, I usually give you on nerd news, but today's going to be on a review of the movie Black Panther. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know right now, the first 2 minutes or so is going to be non-spoiler free, so you can enjoy this and not be spoiled. But after that, I'll let you guys know, and that's going to be spoiler-centric. And I was going to wear like a black t-shirt to, accentuate the fact that this is a Black Panther movie, but instead, I want to show all the black superheroes on one small little area right here, and I'll get back to that in a little bit. But first, let's just talk about how crazy and great this movie is. This movie, it has such great cinematography. When you say world building is something that basically when you create something fictional that makes people believe that it could actually be. They get lost in this world like it's real. And that's what this movie Black Panther did. It made you feel like this is something that could have happened if maybe the slaves weren't taken away, if maybe, the world just worked together, if maybe there was this mineral called, vibranium. But other than that, I'm just saying this movie was so great. It had so many great things. The A-list black actors, like let's say, just run off real quick. You have Chadwick Boseman, you have Michael B. Jordan, you have Lupita Nyong'o, you have Forrest Whitaker, you have Angela Bassett, you have Shuri. Like, this movie is such a great thing. You know why? Because it's for art. The people think that if you pay for this movie, you might be paying and getting for the white man, but you don't think of it that way. What you think about is actors and black authors like me, myself. This gives the industry, lets them know that people want this kind of story. People want to see a black superhero. People want to see something new. And this is what is going to do it. Black Panther. This Black Panther movie, it's amazing in its own right on what it's done. It's just got so much going for it. And like I say, just watch it. If you want to see a great movie that gets you lost in it, watch it, because there's not that many things that are going to do something like this. And in the way that it's done it. In the way that it's done it, I can't even explain, because you'd have to see it for yourself. It has a lot of things that you can't even imagine. And I'm sorry I had to get over hyped or whatever, but that music, it just gets you going. And it's just, I kind of want to start into the spoiler territory, because other than just letting you know it's a great movie, you should watch it, there's a lot more that I need to tell you. Now, if you want to just stop it right now and just go off of just some, black nerd off of, the internet, you can stop it right now. But if you want to hear some more spoilers, just continue through the video, because it's about to get crazy. All right? Now, I'm a very critical person. I'll let you know right now, I have a little bit of OCD, so I pay attention to details and maybe a little bit of plot holes. And there's one major plot hole that if this didn't happen, the whole movie wouldn't happen. Now, it is the first scene, where Black Panther shows up in Oakland. It shows up in Oakland. You see these two guys getting ready to do something kind of like shady. You got like some guns or whatever. But then you see the Black Panther show up with his his crew, his female bodyguards, and you find out that the Black Panther is the brother of the main character. The brother of Black Panther was, sent to America to do some, stuff like intelligence, but whatnot. But he started kind of falling off the grid and not doing it. And apparently he told some people about the vibranium, and they got away, and a bunch of people, Wakandans died. And he was like, okay. He was like, yo, just come along with us, no problem. And he was like, yo, how did you know? He was like, yo, you're not the only spy I sent here. And come to find out, his boy was a spy. And his boy was Zuri. And it's crazy, because what happens next is you don't really find out, like you hear, but the dude pulls out a gun. And the plot hole is, if he's a Black Panther in a vibranium suit, all you have to do is step in front of Zuri, end of story. Then take the brother in, take his, kid or whatever, and it's over. But instead, he knocks the gun out and stabs him and kills him right there. And I'm like, you have the Black Panther suit that's bulletproof, and if you're quick enough to knock the gun out his hand, why did you have to kill him? And that's one huge plot hole. If you think about it now, think about it, and you're like, the rest of this movie wouldn't happen. But other than that, like I said, I'm not gonna break this thing apart. But other than that, it was a great movie. It had a lot going for it. Like I said, the actors, the special effects were crazy. The world building, Wakanda itself, it felt like something that you want to go to yourself and enjoy. The new vibranium suit that Black Panther has, though they do have that whole thing, the storyline wise, where okay, you got your superhero, someone a big bad comes, takes him off the throne, or takes him, knocks him out, and then you got to see the main character build his way back up, and then just somehow at the end win and get back everything. Now, I want to say this. Even though it is something that is done a lot, you still enjoy the movie. You still enjoy seeing the journey. I do love Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger. He killed it. Michael B. Jordan always brings it, but he brought another level. Because Marvel's had a trouble with getting people on board with, their villains, as far as having some staying ground. Like, oh man, yeah, that's a villain. That was a really great villain. Loki's the only one. Red Skull is one people talk about. Even Hela a little bit. Even though, she just seemed like just pure evil. With Michael B. Jordan, you understood, because even Chadwick Boseman's character, T'Challa, was like, yo, to the elders, how could you leave a kid like that? You just left him on his own. That was not right. You should have brought him with you. And the dad's like, I was protecting the people. You weren't protecting the people. You weren't thinking right. He was a child. Bring the child back. He was of Wakandan blood. So why didn't you bring her back? And that was the main thing. That's why Killmonger had such a hate for them. He worked his way up. He went to the military. He had special ops. He was a ghost. He learned to survive. And that's why when he comes to a challenge with T'Challa, that's why it seems real. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And how he's able to beat him, the dude's been trained in fighting all his life. Even though that's what T'Challa is, and in the comics, in reality, there shouldn't be any type of challenge. But there have been moments where T'Challa has lost to Killmonger in the comics. So it happened. And Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, there's a scene where he's in like a museum, and he's looking at an artifact, and then a lady comes up to him, she's asking him, and he's like, yeah, what about this? What about this? And he's like, how about this one right here? And if she says, what it is, and he was like, nah, you're wrong. This is from Wakanda. This is a general thing. You know what? Just like the blacks, the slaves, the people that it got taken from, I'm gonna take it off your hands. She was like, what are you talking about? He was like, yo, and before you start, kind of case me up and trying to pay attention to what I'm doing, how about you pay attention to what you're drinking? And then that's when she starts choking, she falls down, and then that's when the whole thing went down, and then he takes out everybody, and then gets off and just gets away with the artifact. And let's just say, I'll tell you right now, what's his name, the main character, Andy Serkis, playing Claw, he killed it. You could definitely tell he enjoyed playing this character. He got lost in it, and he became Claw, because Claw is a douchebag, and he's all about getting that vibranium or whatever. And he played an awesome job as him, because you enjoyed watching him as a bad guy. Same thing with Killmonger. The only thing is with Killmonger, once he took over, because he was trained in warfare as far as breaking down the countries from the inside. That's why he asked for the flower to be burned or whatever. And his whole idea was basically just give black people weapons so we could take over the world, and then show the world how the world should be run, which it's not so much. It's a wrong idea the way you go about it. Sure, if you want to liberate black people and give them better chances, giving them all guns and then putting them in charge, I wouldn't say, as a black person, I don't think that's the best thing to do. What you don't, like in the end of the movie, they say, you don't want to build borders, you want to build bridges. You want to bring us together. You don't want to separate us even more. You don't want to give us a reason not to trust and love one another. You want to give us a reason to be and work with each other. And that's what this movie makes you feel. Like, after watching this, you want to just hug someone. Regardless of what they are, regardless of where they're from. You just want to just, yo. Like, literally, I think I just gave a nod to a couple people just walking out, like. And then, like, yo, white dude, old Asian dude. It don't matter. It don't matter. This is one of those movies that just makes you feel like, yo, if we work together, maybe this is possible. And that's what this movie does. Like I said, I'm not spoiling too much. I am spoiling some. Like I just said, the cinematography. Yo, and the black woman. Yo, when I say the black woman kicked ass, it's on another level, man. All beautiful black women. And if you want to know kind of like this history behind those bald bodyguards, what it is in Black Panther culture, what it is countries, surrounding countries would send their most beautiful women to Wakanda to basically be the bride to T'Challa or whoever's going to be Black Panther king. And what they do is they get trained, intensive training in which they get trained so that they can be the most kick-ass people. That's why they're elites. And then the king chooses one of them to be his bride. And then the rest of them just become his bodyguards. So that's, if you want to know kind of what the deal was with these women, the exotic beautiful looking women with the bald head, that's what it is. They're brought from other countries and then trained to be his bride. And then he chooses one, then the rest just become his warriors. And that's why it's kind of like the female that Lupita Nyong'o played. That's why she's so kick-ass when it comes to the fighting, because that's what she was trained to. But except in this one, in the movie, it seems like they're all just from Wakanda. They don't want to get anyone from a thing, but in the comic books, that's what it is. Now, going into the other, like Shuri, Latia Wright, you fall in love with this chick. She's so smart. She's so funny. She's very cute. And like she's at some point she was like, so you bring me another Brooklyn white boy to fix? Basically, because of Bucky in Civil War. So it's like, you know how that is. It's just funny. She has these smart, like at some point T'Challa walks in and with the slippers, and she's like, he was like, what is that? No, the real question is, what are those? And pointing at his slippers. He was like, what are you? And she's like, I got these new things, like these shoes you've put on. And then it cancels sound. He was like, you know what I call them? I call them sneakers. Which was a funny thing. And like even the language that they created for this movie, it just seemed authentic. The wardrobe, everything seemed authentic. Like the whole way the world worked, and just in general, like it was just something to behold. And not going through the whole movie, but like I said, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of good. The last fight between Killmonger and Black Panther, it's definitely great because, like Michael B. Jordan's very athletic and Chadwick Boseman too, and they put on a good show, they put on a good fight. But Chadwick Boseman's character, he's got that more kind of flippin', like showy kind of moves, and that's how he takes him out, you know what I'm saying? Like, use your strength. And he uses like that split moment where the suits are weakened to get that, that dagger in, and then they have this moment where he brings Michael B. Jordan up to the cliff to see the sunset. And he was like, yeah, because his father told him that like the sunsets in Wakanda are the most beautiful in the world. And it was like, and then T'Challa was like, I could save you. Like, you don't have to die. And he was like, and just like, his ancestors, the ones that, on a slave ship that rather jump off, like, I don't want to live in bondage. And he pulls out the dagger, and then, because if you ever get stabbed or ever something like that, don't pull that knife out, because that's what's keeping you alive. You get to where you need to get to, because you will bleed out before you get saved. So remember that one thing. If that ever happens, just don't panic, don't pull it out. Just go and get some help, because that's the only way they can save you. But yeah, so he pulls it out and just dies right there. And you definitely felt for Killmonger. You understood his pain and his anger, because this is getting left by a whole country. To him, it was a whole country that betrayed him, betrayed his father. Even if his father did betray them, bring the child. And like I said, like everything from the female bodyguards, like and then the other. Let's just say also, what's her name? Danaya Gurira, Okoya. Yo, I want her as my bodyguard because she just whipped everybody's ass. Everybody's ass was just done when she walked in. Like, I can't even explain how much. Like, she just whooped ass. She was everybody. Even the dude was the man ape, the guy that they played that was playing the man ape. He was he was great, especially at the end, coming through for them. Like, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil everything, but except like, and then even the dude from Get Out, you could even understand his kind of pain and his anger, and he was like, yo, 30 years, your dad couldn't find the people that couldn't find Claw after he killed my family, and yet this guy, Killmonger, shows up with a body, something you couldn't do either. That's why, and even before Killmonger came in there, he was talking to T'Challa about, maybe using Wakanda, bringing out there and bringing people together and using his powers and military. And, T'Challa's like, that's not how we work. So I could understand why he got behind Killmonger so easily. So this like I said, the whole movie in general was just great. It has so much things going for it, and like, it's just something that has to be seen. If I had to give it a grade, I'd give it an A. I would say A+ because I just love this world so much. But that one major plot hole in the front where it's like, you didn't have to kill him. You were that fast. You really didn't have to. But hey, and then secrets lead to other people. Like when you have secrets from your family, it doesn't work out. So, like I said, this movie was great, and it's something that really should be seen. It's something not just for Black History Month, not just for Black people. It's a movie for everybody. It shows, it has this message for everybody that they could take away from this and enjoy. And like now you've got like these Black kids, whatever, have like a hero to look up to. And hopefully one day my character Spear, Nick Spears, and his superhero name is Spear. Hopefully he will be a hero to look up to as well, just like it. Now, going forward, I'm gonna kind of end it on, a little soundtrack, because this movie had like the soundtrack from like the best soundtrack one of the best soundtracks for songs in general. Like all the songs just work so well together, and with everything, the technology in Wakanda was just so crazy. I just loved it, and the movie just blended in with everything. So I'm gonna end this off with a little, music. So I'm like, woo! This is the kind of music that was playing in this. This was just like, oh yeah. Yeah, this was so hot. I'm gonna just stop it right here. Alright, well remember, I'm Wes Grant. Thank you for watching this. If you like this little review, just comment below. Just tell me, because I love talking about this movie. And if you want me to talk about more movies, just let me know, because I'm definitely going to try and see as many of these superhero movies as possible. So remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Urban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next review. Peace out. Step into the sunlight. Woo!